going on, my friends? Thanks for taking some time out of your day to hang out with me in the constrictor chamber for another episode. And just a quick little update, everybody is doing awesome in the room. So if you didn't see my last two videos, we have some new pictures on the wall. I think it makes the room come together just a little bit better. So a little bit going on tonight. I cleaned out both of the Anaconda's waters, the Burmese water. All three of them pooped in the water, which was disgusting, but it made for a super easy and fast cleanup. So my new metal sign from Jurassic Park, which is definitely my favorite movie of all time. I like all of them, but you can't beat the first one. A little humid in here right now, but Pop-Tart's coming out to say hi to you guys. She ate 2 small rats on the last feeding, which was a couple of days ago. So we're not feeding her. Super excited because we will be feeding my 4 biggest snakes at the moment. And I like feeding all of my snakes, but I think feeding the biggest ones is probably the best and most impressive because some of them are some heavy hitters, and it's just a little bit more exciting to watch them eat a bigger prey item. So before I get into that, I know some of you like my ghost boa, and some people have messaged me on seeing the ghost a little bit more because they were interested in possibly buying one, but they want to see one more on a camera than probably on just like a picture or something. So I will go ahead and do that really fast, and then we'll get into the feeding. She is a, if I have my numbers correct, she's a 2017. So female. All of my boas are females. I'm not 100% sure why I buy all females, but I think it's because they do get larger and they do have the potential for breeding later if I ever get into that. Right now, no real plans other than possibility of breeding my anacondas when they are way older. But as of right now, I'm just a hobbyist and I like to collect them. But a lot of people don't like that word, collecting snakes, because they are a living, breathing animal. So we'll just take her out. I don't have any rats in the room, so we can safely handle her without her going into a feeding response. So she is just a basic ghost, but she is het for albino, which I don't think the het albino does anything for her colors, or at least not what I see, because she looks just like a normal ghost from anything else that I've seen on the internet or anything like that. So when I picked her up, I went to the local reptile show and her siblings were there. And I know I've said this before in the past videos, and her siblings, they all had some of these speckling on them, but she had the most out of her siblings, and that's what I really liked about her than the other ones. I really wanted one that had a lot of these speckling black dots on her, just to make her a little bit more unique and different than the other ones. So this top is kind of slippery, so we'll go to the carpet. Maybe it'll make her behave a little bit better, but looks like she just wants to get some exercise, which is perfectly fine. So I like how the peaks kind of look like, I don't know what you would call these, butterflies maybe? It's kind of what they look like to me, but I definitely like that. Nice peaks, nice saddles. I think that's what the real name is. The saddles on them are the, look like butterflies. Definitely like her tail. Love the coloration. Like how it has the black rings around the tail, which is awesome. If she will let me, we'll just do a quick look at her face. So she does look awesome. And then her belly looks super cool too, with all the speckling and just a nice clean color on her. So I love the ghosts. I know there's ghosts in different morphs and stuff like that, but she's probably not gonna, well, she might. She definitely loves to be held and loves to be handled and climb a lot. So it's always a adventure getting her out and putting her back. So I do apologize for the horrible camera. We'll just set this up like this and get her off me. So I don't see that many ghosts floating around on the internet. I see some here and there, but I really think it's because they're not super flashy or super vibrant or jet black or anything like that. So they don't really stand out to people. And I really don't even see them at the reptile shows or anything. But I think they're awesome. I would say they are underrated a little bit as just a basic morph. But of course, I had to buy her. So if you're looking to buy a ghost, I say go ahead and buy it. Don't wait around. Just pick one up or get one off Morph Market because they are awesome. So she's a good eater, super friendly, never had any issues with her even as a baby. Although most of my babies are really tame, and I like to start them off with holding them a lot, touching them on the head so they're used to it, and then they don't like jump around or try to bite you or anything like that. But that is enough rambling. This is going to take forever. So we'll just jump right into feeding. All right, fresh out of the water. There's a huge debate that I'm seeing on Facebook whether you should thaw them out in water or not. I choose to do both. Both as in the water and then laying them out and letting them thaw naturally in the room for a couple of hours. But I do take them out of the water and then hit them with a hair dryer to warm them up just a little bit. So these rats are huge, but they're also in water. So, oh man, I really hope this is a good size for the ghost, which I think it is, because I think she's been on mediums, but these mediums look like they're bigger than normal ones. Whoa. Dang. Got blood on me. That was a good strike though. I almost gave that one to the albino, but I don't want blood to stain her scales, so gave it to her. Oh man, there's some poop back here. A bunch of poop back here. All right. We will let her be and eat. All right, that was actually a perfect size for her. I was super worried that maybe that would have been too large for her jaws, but she ate that just fine, and there's very small lump in her body, which is perfect. So I would assume that I could feed her the same size for quite a while. The next one we'll feed is the albino, and we'll just work our way down. So the albino, the normal, the Argentine, they could probably all be on larges, but I do like to feed all of my snakes a smaller meal more frequently than to just throw some big rats at them and then just wait 3 to 4 weeks or however long people do. But I take them out quite often, so they definitely get exercise. And the rats have been in here for a while, and so all of these girls are definitely on a huge feeding response, and I just don't want to have any accidents happen. So, I mean, they wouldn't mess me up that bad, but it would definitely probably hurt. I would definitely be bleeding, and it would probably take me a good amount of time to get some of these snakes off of my hand or my wrist. So it looks like all of these rats are bleeding out right now, which is probably a good thing. This is the less bloody one, so I'm gonna give it to the albino. Like I said earlier, I really don't want the albino to be all stained with blood, so dang. I'm telling you, some of these ones are nasty when they get hungry. It's such a huge difference because they're so nice and docile when there's no rats in the area, and you hook them out or you tap them on the head or on the body and you let them know like, hey, this isn't food, I'm just here to hang out with you, take you out. And they're such perfect animals, but yet the second a rat's in there, it's nature takes over. Wild beasts. So we'll just see what happens with her. All right, so she did awesome on eating. So as you can see, she's still looking for food. That's why I do not recommend, if people ask me if I move or would recommend people to move their snake into a feeding tub, feed them that way, and then move them back into their enclosure after they get done, because their feeding response is pretty strong. The older they get, the bigger they get right after eating. So you feed a snake and you take it right out of there, it's probably gonna bite you. And it won't be good. So, as you can see, almost no lump on her at all. So that's definitely too small of a prey for her, too small of a food. So, I mean, I don't like bumping them up to larges just because large rats do have a good amount of fat on them, and so once you get them into larges, from what I'm told, is you got to watch out against getting them too fat. But this girl right here definitely needs a large, and this thing is massive, and I'm dripping blood all over my carpets. But this is her first large rat, so this should be interesting. Should be a little crazy to see how she reacts to it. Hopefully nothing bad happens, but I don't think it would. I mean, this thing is massive. So we'll do a little sideways action. Oh, this thing flying out and hit me right in the... Oh, dang. Definitely dripping blood. But it is what it is. So definitely take a nice hit on that. Hopefully, you know, this doesn't affect her negatively, which I don't think it will. Now, since she's on larges, I'm gonna push her, since they're all on like 15-ish days a piece. I'm probably gonna push her to, I don't know, 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. These are on 2, almost 2 weeks. But we'll just have to see. I mean, she probably should have been on larges 8 months ago. But always got to be careful. So we'll just hang out with her and watch her eat. All right, man, that was a huge rat. Like, she was definitely struggling with that, and I feel kind of bad because that looked like it was painful to take down, but she got it. I don't know if I'm gonna give her another large. I think next time I give her a medium and try a large a little bit later, but that was huge. But she got it. She got it. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully she can keep it down and no regurgitation. And I'm gonna have to clean off this blood later. But kind of good news, bad news. So my Argentine has been in blue a couple days ago. And I thought she was gonna shed out today, but I guarantee she's gonna shed out tomorrow. And I'll show you guys when she gets a wrap because I know she's very, very hungry right now. But her jaw and her belly scales are super saggy. So she's definitely going to shed out tonight. Guarantee it. I mean, I'll show you guys tomorrow, but guarantee shed tomorrow, especially after eating. And she's just getting darker and darker, which is awesome. Not IMG dark, but still getting dark. So we have saved the bloodiest rat for her. I'm just gonna take this whole thing because I don't want to get more blood on my carpet. So she should take this one very, very, very well. I was a lot more calmer than how it normally is, but can't complain too much about that. So I don't have that much lighting down here, so hopefully we can see what's going on with this. But I am very, very excited about her shedding because that means she's growing nicely, and I'm excited to see how big she actually is in her new skin and the color. So she is dark probably because of the shed, but I don't think she's gonna lighten up too much. Maybe the white coloring on her, but I think that would be about it. So let's just see what's going on. Alright guys, so I do apologize for the Argentine. She was not cooperating at all. She was throwing the biggest fish. She was flaring her body up. She was huffing, puffing, hissing like she was possessed by the devil or something. And then she would just coil her body around her face, and then I just could not get a good angle on that. But she's finishing that up right now. So again, I apologize for that. But the other ones were pretty good, I think. So if you're still watching this, I know it's a long video. Let me know in the comments like which out of the 4 you guys like seeing eat the most. I probably would have to choose the Argentine. I mean, she's definitely has the biggest attitude out of the 4, and it's just like when she's not in feed mode, she's perfectly fine. But again, when there's rats in there, she just turns into like a different monster. So that's it, guys. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate the support that you guys give me. And I know it's the weekend. I hope you guys have fun. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.